Hey everyone, doing something a little different today because this is a huge piece of news and I have a lot of things to say about it, so let's get right into it. Oklahoma and Texas joining the SEC is terrible for college football. Here's why. Before we look at what this could mean for college football as a whole, let's look at the implications it has for the Southeastern Conference. If this move happens, one of the problems is very simple: numbers. As it stands, the Big 12 Conference has only 10 teams. That's including Texas and OU. A strength of the conference is how it doesn't have divisions, meaning the two best teams meet in the conference championship every year. This makes it effortless to determine not only who the best team is, but if they're good enough to go to the college football playoff. The SEC, on the other hand, has 14 different teams across two divisions. As we know from other conferences, the divisions result in more upsets and more shufflings in the standings, meaning that the conference championship isn't always the two best teams. The addition of Texas and OU would only muddy the waters more. The SEC would shift to 16 teams, meaning that there would have to be 4 pods with 4 teams apiece. Doesn't sound like a big deal? Let's not forget that the CFP could be expanding to 16 teams in the near future. With teams already having a 12-game schedule, the SEC would need a 4-team playoff to decide a conference champ. We know the SEC is the most physical, competitive conference in the country, and these additional games could lead to so many more injuries and fatigue. Now, let's see what this would mean for the rest of college football. This move could cripple the sport for years to come. The Power 5 conferences are already night and day in terms of talent and success. We've now seen 7 college football playoffs as of 2021. And if it seems like it's the same teams every year, it's because it is. Alabama and Clemson lead the way with 6 out of 7 appearances. Behind them is Ohio State and Oklahoma with 4. But Oklahoma making it to college football's biggest stage only 2 times less than Bama does not tell the full story. Here are the records of every Power 5 conference in the CFP. The Big 12 logo might as well be the Oklahoma logo, as they're the only team to make it since the CFP was created. But the Sooners have yet to win a game, and their past 3 losses came at the hands of 3 different SEC teams: Georgia, Bama, and LSU. The point that I'm trying to make is that Oklahoma's relative success won't translate the same to the SEC, at least not for a couple of years. People will try to argue that Missouri and Texas A&M have only been better since joining the SEC in 2012, but the landscape of the conference has completely changed since then. Missouri capitalized on a lackluster SEC East, going to 2 conference championships, but losing both of them. A&M burst onto the scene thanks to a redshirt freshman quarterback named Johnny Manziel, but cooled off tremendously after his departure. If you take out the victories from 2012 and 2013 with Manziel as the starting quarterback, Texas A&M has a good but not great 58-42 record across 8 seasons. While the hiring of Jimbo Fisher in 2018 has certainly pushed the Aggies further into the right direction, them actually competing with Alabama in the SEC West is yet to be seen. So ultimately, while Oklahoma has earned their right into the CFP many times, they have yet to even compete for a national championship since 2008. The way I see it, they're kind of the Gonzaga of college football, taking advantage of a weaker conference but never getting over the hump. That's what makes the move so puzzling. If they keep winning the Big 12, they'll keep going to the playoff. Joining a 16-team snake pit isn't going to help those chances. Texas and OU could be playing the long game, waiting until Nick Saban retires before leapfrogging Georgia, Florida, LSU, or whoever the second best team in the conference is at the time. But the legendary head coach just signed an extension through 2028. While much is still in the air about the future of the Power 5, one thing is certain. If they do make the move, Oklahoma better get used to playing in the Chick-fil-A Peach Bowl, at least for a few years. And as for Texas, they'll probably still suck. Thanks for watching.